Hello there and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and want to see more. So in this video we're having a quick look into some stories that are coming out of Super League, with one leaving, one staying, another signing on for another few years, and one moving on to his boyhood club. Let's begin. So I've done many videos in regards to this next story, well, our first story of the day, as it's been an ongoing saga. No, it's not George Williams, that's still ongoing as we don't know who he's playing for yet, but it's Israel Folau, as Catalans have confirmed that the release of Israel Folau has been done with immediate effect. The dual code Australian international has linked up with the Dragons in 2020, making 15 appearances and signed a one-year contract extension for 2021. Told the club earlier this year he wanted to stay in Australia for family reasons. Catalan has now released Folau, who will now play for Queensland-based Southport Tigers. Dragons chairman Bernard Gushash said Israel has been great with us in 2020, both on and off the field, and wants to facilitate the negotiations to reach an agreement. He told us his desire to play alongside his two brothers, and we didn't want to prevent him from doing that. We wish him all the best in this new chapter of his career. So there is a little bit of a backstory on this, as we've covered, as Queensland Rugby League actually said he cannot sign for anyone because he's still contracted with Catalan Dragons. And they were saying we're going to hold up your registration as well, because they hold your registration, and unless an agreement comes along with Catalan, you will not be able to play for Southport Tigers. Now, he has been in controversial circumstances for most of his career, and when he got involved with Clive Palmer for Southport Tigers, he was equally as controversial, shall we say that. It was going to be a powder keg. So, that has all come to a point now as an outer court settlement, as he was suing in the Supreme Court of Australia Queensland Rugby League for him to play for the Tigers, but there was nothing forthcoming. But now we're hearing an outer court settlement has been agreed, and he will be cleared to play for that team. There was word that there was going to be some sort of agreement, as the Supreme Court case was adjourned for a couple of months as well, and we have seen this play out in the media for Rugby League well since the start of the season. It all started to come to a head because his squad number was issued to another player, and also the prominence of Artur Mogo means that they are not going to miss him too much at Catalan. Don't get me wrong, another fantastic player. There's so many out there. Israel Folau is a silky skilled centre and a top class player. That's why he was able to cross codes and play for Australia Rugby Union. So that has come to an end. He is now down in Southport. From what I can tell, he's about third level rugby league team. His brothers play there, and also another player that's got a controversy behind him, Tony Williams, is supposedly signing for them too. If you want to know more about that, have a look at the comments that Tony has put up about Israel Folau, and have a little bit of a laugh. Anyway, anyone can have opinions about any player, and I don't mean to disparage that. Hopefully you won't hold that against me. So in this part of the video, we're going to have a look at a few bits of news coming out of 3 Super League clubs. One from last week, I must admit I'm a little behind the ball with that one. But 2 that have only just been announced for this last couple of days. And they are decent bits of information, as 3 contracts are signed for 2022. I'm sure one actually starts immediately, but it's good to see that the clubs are being proactive with these contract signings. Now, the first of all, it is a bit of sad news, as Wigan Warriors can confirm that Bevan French will sadly miss the rest of the season after suffering a hamstring injury against Salford Red Devils. Following surgical hamstring repair, the 25-year-old fullback has now returned home to Australia to undergo a period of rehabilitation. It's sad for Bevan, it has to sit out for the rest of the season, but it is a time to reflect for the Wigan side, as they're not in the best of forms at this moment. Yes, injuries have caused 2 of the main strike attackers, and also injuries to other key players and call-ups have not been helpful in this last 3 games, where they've lost the last 3 games. But it seems like that they need a little bit of a rethink, a rejigger, you know, the usual moving of the parts to try and get a winning formula down together. It's not all bad news for Wigan and Bevan French, as the club can also confirm that French has exercised his option for next year in his current deal, and will return to Wigan in the 2022, ready for pre-season training. So that's good. He signed the extension. He's exercised his option to continue with Wigan Warriors for the next year as well, after this one. So Bevan French has played 34 games and scored 26 tries for Wigan so far, and he said, "I'm absolutely upset about my injury and the duration of it, but the silver lining is that it has allowed me to revisit home during a very difficult time for me and my family. I have specific goals I would like to achieve whilst at Wigan, and I have yet to do those things, which plays a role in my decision to take up the option. The club's staff and squad members have been very understanding of my situation at home, and makes me want to repay the club and its fans for the following season." He's so grateful with the contract renewal, so that he can go on and hopefully achieve what he needs to be a success at Wigan. It's 2022 now that we're going to have to wait and see him, but he has been exciting Super League with his speed, attacking prowess, sometimes at a detriment to a team, I think, but as long as they start getting points, they're going to do well. So the next part of the video is in regards to St Helens, as they have had some exciting news that St Helens England winger Tommy Makinson has pledged his future to the Super League champions to the end of the 2024 season. Makinson, the 29-year-old, a one-club man since emerging through the Saints Academy and making his debut in 2011, was under contract to the end of 2021, but has extended this by another 2 years. Saints chairman Eamon McManus said Tommy has been a linchpin to the success of the Saints team in recent years, and continues to be the best all-round winger in Super League. It's tremendous news that he's effectively committed himself to us for the rest of his career, during his testimonial year as well with the club. I have no doubt that yet more deserved success lies ahead for him with the Saints and at international level. So he's an exceptional winger, and it's really good that Saints are able to tie him down and not to lose him to an NRL club or even one of the competing Super League clubs. Yes, he would have stayed with Saints no matter who came in for him, but Australia is a big draw, and the best seem to go down there. He's very good, and he's committed to Saints instead. So Makinson has scored 141 tries and over 800 points in 251 appearances for the club. Went on to say, when the club presented the contract in front of me, I was really excited to sign it and become a one-man club. A one-club man even. I didn't see myself playing for anyone else, as Saints is where I wanted to be, and I'm really excited for the season ahead. I have been here over 10 years now, and hopefully for a long time yet. Pulling on that shirt with the Saints fans behind me is the main reason I love playing for this club. I now want to repay that faith shown in me and bring trophies back to the club. I have been lucky enough to win a few, but hopefully the few years coming we can win even more. So Saints are a top team, don't get me wrong. They're a top team in Super League and will win trophies. Hopefully they will progress with Christian Wolf with their miserly defence into World Cup champions when that comes back around. It's exciting that these players are not being lost to NRL, and Great England, Great Britain, France are a great draw for their own home-bred players. So our final piece of news from the Super League today comes in the shape of a signing for the 2022 season, as it's Castleford that have made the move. One of the major ones, as it's an old boy coming back, because Joe Westerman is set to return on a 2-year deal for Castleford, beginning as I said at 2022. Westerman, who's 31 years old, began his career at Castleford, making his first team debut for the Tigers Championship winning season in 2017, going on to make more than 100 appearances for the club. Since then, the England international has featured for Hull FC, Warrington, Toronto, before joining Wakefield in 2020 on a 2-year deal. He said, it's been about 10 years since I played at Castleford, and since I was a young kid, I have always supported Cass. My whole family around me support Cass, so it will be good, and it's something I really look forward to. Cass has always been a big club in my eyes, from being a kid and supporting them to now, where they are up there with some quality players. It's really exciting. The standard is really high now, and I just want to get there and play well for my hometown club next year. He continues about his current season. I'm really loving my time at Wakefield, and I have the utmost respect for the club and the people in it. It has made me enjoy rugby again, and I have a lot to thank Wakefield for. I get up every morning loving going to work. I think it is just me enjoying my rugby and finding the love for it again. I have realised the little things you have to do away from the pitch to make you a better player. Westerman did feature in Sean Wayne's England squad for last Friday's midweek season international against the Combined Nations All-Stars for his second England cap. So Castleford have made the moves, and they bring in an old boy back. Don't blame him, he's a really good player. There has been debating recently whether or not he should have played more for England during his rugby league career, but unfortunately the ever repressible Sean O'Loughlin was in the way, so that's kind of understandable why he was omitted in few England squads, but at the end of the day, he's a good player. He should have been involved. There's him, as I said, Sean O'Loughlin, and also at the time Kevin Sinfield, who was kicking goals for fun. Yes, he was playing at scrum half sometimes, but he is a ball playing 13, and you can't have too many of them, but you can have too many in one side. But anyway, he's playing really well this year in Wakefield, whose colours he's wearing in the picture, or to my left and your right. So I hope he continues for this season and for as long as what he needs to play for any of the clubs that he signed for. So that's it for another video, ladies and gentlemen. Please remember to share this video worldwide, like, subscribe, even give me a comment about the new format that's going ahead with what I'm doing. Yes, I've learned something. But anyway, in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. All the best, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next video.